If this is not sadly disturbing by itself, just wait because it gets a lot worse. This is Cardinal Animal Muema with the Ecumenical Order of Christ, specifically to the region of Africa. But I'm your host today with Armageddon Temptation. You know what to do. But boys forced to rape their mothers during Congo War. I'm not sure if you guys have been checking up in the International Congregation of Lord RayEl. This is on VK, but the Imperial Regent pretty much summed up this article for us. He stated that meanwhile in the Outer Darkness, the UN just reported that in Congo, the boys are raping their mothers, soldiers are eating people alive and drinking their blood, rebels are making women choose gang rape or death, soldiers are wearing female genitalia cut off of their victims as medals, men and boys are being beheaded in masses, little girls and boys are made soldiers and told they can catch bullets by practicing witchcraft. So as you guys can see, this is clearly a situation of hellish proportion. Africa needs God to knock some sense into them because this is out of hand. Uh, some of the details in this: at least 186 men and boys from a single village were beheaded by the Kamuna Napsu, as a militia group in Congo. There were initially thought to be about 86 mass graves, but after investigating on the ground, the team suspected there may actually be hundreds, he said. Yeah, when I was a kid and I would misbehave, my aunt would just knock some sense into me, and I would recommend this, but if you look at the details, it almost appears that this is a lost cause. Like, once someone gets so low to rape their mothers and eat people, drink their blood, wear their body parts as trophies, it's almost like the world is better without you. And it's sad that people are letting this go on. They're almost as guilty because they're just watching it happen. People need to rebel. And practicing witchcraft, that does not help anything. And it's pointless. So people need to stand up. I don't know what the government's doing. This is clearly ridiculous and out of hand. Then we have 6,000 Nigerian Christians slaughtered, mostly women and children. Church leaders in Nigeria have said that the Christians are experiencing pure genocide as 6,000 people, mostly women and children, have been murdered by Fulani radicals since January. What is happening in the Plateau State and other select states in Nigeria is pure genocide and must be stopped immediately, said the Christian Association of Nigeria and church denominational heads in Plateau State in a press release last week. Again, what is the government doing about this? 6,000 people, that is out of hand. And it's terrible to see that the Abrahamic faiths cannot get along with literature that complement each other. Your God said he's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you guys are fighting to see what is better. Thou shalt not kill. Did you miss that? Africa's attack on internet freedom. While Washington turns a blind eye, okay. Autocrats across the continent are muzzling their citizens online. In August 2017, during a new media roundtable between the leaders from China and Tanzania, the Tanzanian deputy communications minister praised the Chinese government for blocking social media platforms in the country and replacing them with the homegrown sites that are safe, constructive, and popular. The Tanzanian minister lamented that his country wasn't there yet. We'd say that are safe, constructive, and popular. Oh, that fits our agenda so we can keep you in the dark. And I brought this up for a reason. Tanzania and Uganda and the latest nations fall victim to a wave of internet censorship that has been inspired and exported by the autocratic powers such as China and Russia, as well as the totalitarian regimes like North Korea. These restrictions are often implemented under the guise of public order and security. These days, abusive leaders with authoritarian tendencies are no longer compelled to rely heavily on baton-wielding security forces and brute violence to entrench their personal power and prevent criticism. This rule by law method, popularized by Vladimir Putin regime in Russia, allows leaders to manipulate legal processes for their own purpose while avoiding the international condemnation that typically comes with images of brutality. In the recent days, Uganda has seen protests against a social media tax of 5 cents per day that would, in the words of the president, Yoweri Museveni, put an end to gossip. His real objective, it seems, is to muzzle dissenting voices. Exactly. Both the unrest and the government harsh response to criticism, which including fire and tear gas and live rounds at demonstrators, suggest that the current governance of the internet and technology is not only itself anti-democratic, but may also facilitate other anti-democratic practices. Oh, the reason I brought this up is Christ is here now. He's in flesh, and this is why you should care. So you should check out my article. This is on Steam. It's pretty much my blog, and I give you the written version of what's going on in the world. Africa needs stronger leadership. This is clearly seen. It does not take rocket science to see that. But since they are censoring, we need you guys to share this information. Because a lot of people are dying and don't even know Christ is back. They are losing the opportunity to save their soul. And at the very least, they need a chance or an opportunity to redeem themselves. So you guys need to join the International Congregation of Lord RayEl. Or if you want more information on the Returned Messiah, you can go to ra-el.org. What all of this has led up to, I'm pretty sure Trump vows to end Africa's vicious conflict. And yeah, what I read is disturbing. They need help. They truly need help. Sure, this could be strategic. I always think that this is playing out the plan for the final judgment. And so Africa is strategic because it's near Israel. So we will see how this play out, but I do trust that he is doing good. From what I just read, and they can use any help they need. But until next time, this is Cardinal Adam Muema with the Ecumenical Order of Christ, and I'm your host with Stronger Than Temptation. May you give yourself to God because time is running out. May God bless you in Lord RayEl's name.